Hello, I'm Zrptyue. I'm a physicist and an engineer. I'm here to give you one more perspective about science and technology. After all, you are as smart as the number of perspectives you have in life. Wouldn't you agree? Let's go. When we observe nature, we observe movements, we observe change, some fast, some slow. Things evolve in their own pace, as if driven by some invisible hand, some mysterious pacemaker. For regular folks on the streets, everything is fine and simple. You look at your watch, you rush to make your appointment, time serves you, it organizes your life. But physicists like me, there's something unsettling about time. First of all, is time a real physical property of nature, or is it a fictitious character? Just a ticking machine, we call it clock. So from now on, I will call them real time and clock time. Real time is something we don't know. It has never been measured directly in any physical experiment. Instead, we use clock time, a machine we invented that ticks away. We made clock time to match a celestial event of our random choice, the repetition of day and night. We could have chosen something else. Bottom line, we need to know how we constructed this clock time. What are the assumptions behind it? So let's look at these assumptions. Very first assumption is that clock time is absolute, an independent variable. That means nothing will affect the way it is ticking. Energy, temperature, pressure, electromagnetic waves, whatever you can think of, nothing will affect time. A nuclear bomb may explode, everything may evaporate, but clock time will continue. Second assumption is that clock time is linear, advances in equal intervals. It doesn't speed up or slow down. It's precisely the same every step of the way. Third assumption, clock time is monodirectional, only moves forward. One of the explanations is that everything in the universe moves from order to disorder, like shuffling a deck of cards. The more you shuffle, the more disorder you get. This will be known as the second law of thermodynamics, and we will get to that later on. Fourth assumption is that clock time is invariant, passes the same way regardless of scale. It could be a micro scale where we live, atomic scale, or astronomical scale. The last assumption is that the clock time is unique. There is only one clock for everyone, every corner of the world, every corner of the universe. These five assumptions are assumptions of convenience, and they have no better scientific reason at all. They can be viewed as a bridge between clock time and real time, like a model of real time, if there is something like real time, as a universal pacemaker of all things. I mentioned that the clock time assumptions were choice of convenience. They established the foundations of classical physics by this man, Isaac Newton. He's the founder of calculus and the laws of motion, and he formulated everything using clock time because it's simple and convenient. Without these simplifying assumptions, physics could have not been developed. We needed clock time. Starting with Newton, then it spread all over. Euler's, Stokes, Lagrange, Hamilton, Maxwell, Lorentz, some of the contributors, and Schrödinger, marking the end of classical physics, beginning of quantum physics. Here's a sample of physics equations. You see, almost every physics concept or equation uses clock time. So I want you to remember two things from this video. Here they are. Time is the single most widely used common denominator in all sciences. It determines everything. The second thing I want you to remember is that the clock time model is based on questionable assumptions. If one of these assumptions is wrong, then it will affect our entire scientific understanding. So there were challengers of clock time assumptions. In my top 3 list, Einstein, Heisenberg, and Planck. In the next video, I will show you which one of these scientists came close to explaining the dilemma of time. It may surprise you. Also, we will do a thought experiment and we will try to guess what happens if we change these assumptions. How different everything will look like. So, exciting stuff is coming up in the next video. Until then, have a good time.